Hey, what's going on? Eric Cortina here. So it's been a while since I gave you a shop update, so why don't I do that today? Let's go in there, I'll show you. All right, so still messy. We just got these from Black Nitride. A lot of you have been waiting on these, and here they are. We just got to get them all unboxed, assembled, engraved, and all that good stuff. We are starting to organize a little bit. We got all these bins. The green ones are stainless, black are going to be for nitride, and we're starting to put product in there. It's kind of a nightmare, at least for me, to organize stuff, because I try to get it so perfect that I get paralyzed by it. But you know, we're trying to do a little bit of lean manufacturing, so you know, whenever we get to this point, then that's our minimum. So that way you don't have to count or waste time or anything. If you're removing product, right, and then you get to this point, you immediately know that we're low, right? And that's our reserve right there. So we're just testing it with cardboard right now, but you know what, it kind of works. But anyway, that's what we're doing. So you can see most of these are empty because a lot of the stuff is here, kind of where it was before. You can see we're starting to empty these bins. But anyway, that's what we're doing right now. The other thing is I hired 2 people. I have somebody in the shipping department, then I hired Ray over there. He's running the machine now. That's gonna free me up to, you know, work on the website, make more videos, because, you know, there's only so much time in a day, right? The problem is, you know, this shop was meant to be just for me and me only. I have a restroom in my other shop over there. So if you need to go to the restroom, you have to walk out of this shop and walk about 75 feet and go to the restroom. Well, we decided I want to put a restroom in this shop. Well, the problem with that is there's no room. I want to do a restroom and a break area, just a nice creature comforts. Well, the problem is once we do that, we'd have to move the machine over here, and now there's no room, right? I know. We're running out of room already. Long story short, we're adding on to the shop. After kicking the idea around for a long time, I decided, you know, if I'm trying to work with a tight space, it's always going to be tight, and it's only going to get tighter. And we're going to have a lot of compromises because of the space. And at some point, one day, we may have to add on anyway. And now we're going to regret all the decisions that we made based on not wanting to add on. So I say, you know what, let's just add on and build it the way we want it, and that way we can build it one time and be done with it. All right, so having said that, boom, here we go. Oh, nice sunrise. So I got me an excavator and a roller. That looks nice right there. So equipment share, these guys are awesome. I used to use other companies before. Those of you that know me know that I came from construction. I did construction my entire life, and I used a lot of rental companies, and they all have issues, you know, understandable. But anyway, equipment share, they've treated me really well. Zach, thank you, Zach. Wow, that turned into an ad, didn't it? Anyway, back to what I was saying. So anyway, excavator and roller are here. So the question is, where do we go? Do we go this way, or do we go out the other way? That right there is the question that I need to answer, and I need to answer pretty fast. So here's what I'm thinking. Aside from the fact that we don't have a restroom in there, and we don't have a you know, a place to, just a break area, we also, it's loud, right? Because you're running the machine, and then you have the shipping department. We can't have a phone in there. If you have a phone, you have to walk outside or answer the phone. So that's why if you go to our website, there's not even a phone number on there, because it's just, you're gonna call, you're gonna get frustrated because we're not gonna answer. We're probably not even gonna hear it. So that's another problem that we have. So what I decided to do is I'm gonna add on and separate the machining section from everything else, from the shipping and receiving and all that. So if I add on this way, then the machine goes over here, right? But then you have to walk in here and then walk left, because we're still gonna leave that wall there. You know, the machine's gonna be in here. Again, it's gonna be separate. This is gonna be quiet. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. However, the other option is to go out that way. Okay, if we add a lean-to that way, we can enclose that. The problem with that is that's kind of on the back of the shop. It looks like an afterthought. For me right now, that's the better solution. If we think long-term, it just goes back to looking like an afterthought. So the other thing is, if I do a lean-to right now out the back, and if I ever want to store equipment or anything, I can't do a lean-to at that point, because I'm gonna have a shop back there, and it just starts to look really funny. So I'm really torn. And of course, the machines are already here. They're here already. So I need to make a decision fast. So this is where I'm thinking of just adding on, okay? Like I said, the problem is we'll come down this way, but I want to add more. That's 30 feet. I want to add 50, because if I add on, see, that's a 12-foot door right there, 12 feet tall. And that was really convenient whenever we brought the machine in, because of the height. Well, if I add a lean-to over here and I put a door on this side, I can't put a 12-foot door in there. I'd have to be a 10-footer, because, you know, I'm losing height as I go, right? So in order to do a 12-foot door, I'd have to add the lean-to right here past this building. Well, now it's kind of L-shaped, and now you have a door there and a door on this side, and I think it starts to look like an afterthought. So yeah, that's do we go this way or do we go this way? The plans right now, I already had plans done, shows going this way. I was okay with it until the machine showed up, and then I go, oh man, do I really want to do this that way? I think it would be best to add on to the shop this way, and then we always have this lean-to back here. We can do a lean-to. We can keep air compressors and stuff out here, because the current plan shows the compressor inside. I actually stuck it in the restroom. It shows it inside because I really had no place to put it. But if I go out this way, then we can do a lean-to out here. We can keep, you know, all this material, compressors, all that stuff can be under the lean-to. The shop, the machine can be in here, and then I can be shipping and receiving, plus have a restroom and a break area and everything. And I think that's the better way to go about it, which means I need to change plans right now. All right, I'm gonna go call my plan designer and my metal building supplier and tell them all that I changed my mind. They're not gonna be happy. Now remember, my day job is being a GC, general contractor. We hate it. We hate it when customers change their minds, but guess what? Sometimes it is necessary, and I think this is one of those times that it would just be best if I added on this way. You know the drill. If you want it to rain, start construction. So that's what's happening right now. You can see there's clouds all around us. It started raining, came down pretty hard, but not quit. So we're gonna start laying this thing out. Like I said, you know, we're gonna go 50 feet this way, and that building is 40 feet wide. So we're gonna go 40 wide by 50 long. We're gonna put a big 18-foot overhead door here in the front, 12 feet tall. And of course, all that's gonna stay like that. So when you go into this building, you're gonna see all that right there. I'm trying to figure out, I guess the best way just to leave it alone. I'm gonna have a walk door right here. Obviously, we're gonna have to cut this sidewalk right here, cut it, and then on the new one, I'm gonna extend this sidewalk, because the door is gonna be, about right here, the walk door on the new building. So I'm gonna extend this sidewalk out this way. We're gonna have an overhead door right here, so I'm gonna put a ramp right here, 4 feet long. So I'm just gonna come around the building in the front and have the sidewalk, and that sidewalk is going to turn into a ramp that's gonna go up into that overhead door. So that's the plan. And like I said, if you want rain, start construction. Works every time. All right, so not much got done yesterday. You can probably see why. So we had a cold front blow in, and it rained and rained, and then it rained a little more. But anyway, it's not raining anymore. I have a good driveway coming in all the way to here, so I'm hoping the gravel trucks can get in here. They're coming today. The problem is going to be turning around, but I'll figure out a way, because yeah, it needs to happen. I need to get this thing on the road. I need to get this pad you know, leveled out and packed, because obviously I have these machines sitting here on rent, and they need to be working. So anyway, I'm gonna continue cleaning all that stuff up, get it out of the way, so when the trucks get here, they can probably just pull straight up in there, dump. They dump on the side, and once they do that, I can probably get them out of here without getting them stuck in the road or anything. Here we go, first one. All right, so despite the rain, you can see we're making pretty good progress. We have the pad almost to full height. We're still a little low here. I'm trying to go for about a 6-inch slab. That's the surface. Once we get it nice and level and packed down, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna cut beams or ditches with an excavator. And I'm gonna do a perimeter beam, and then I'm gonna do 2 beams going that way, and then 2 beams going the other way. But the idea is to get it perfectly level, and then any dirt that we dig up, just push it outside the slab, and that way we don't have to do any hand digging. Plus, you don't disturb any of the material that's already been packed down. So that's the plan. I'm gonna have a crew come tomorrow and start putting up all the forms. So that's why we need to make sure we get it nice and level today, pack down, and start digging the beams. The one against that building is going to be the hardest one, because you know there's a building right next to it. But once I get past that one, these I'm just gonna pull the string line and just follow the string line. Same thing with this, but I'm gonna work my way. I'm probably gonna do that beam over there and that one, and then I'm gonna start cutting the other beams like this. But I'm gonna make sure that I don't block myself in, so we can keep pushing all the dirt out with the skid steer. So what I'll probably do is do that one, and this one, and then I'll just do the long ones and push all the dirt out. But anyway, that's the name of the game. All right, so we're getting closer. Like I said, we're shooting for about a 6-inch slab. 7 is fine. And you know, it was high on this side, so I shaved it down, and you can see it's starting to look a lot flatter. We're gonna shoot some string lines again, so we can get the depth, make sure everything's running good. And once we have it nice and flat, or level, flat and level, we're gonna start trenching. So we're getting closer. So we pulled the string line, and now we're just measuring from the string line down. And the string line is 1.5 inches below where it's gonna be, so the thickness, we just gotta add 1.5 inches. Where are you at right there?
4.
4, so it's 5.5.
Just
4. 5. That's good. 3. Okay, so we just gotta shave a little here. 5. 5. 5. I can see it's thicker there.
9.
9. Okay. 9. Okay. So right here it just drops off. So, but it's high right there. I can see the hump. So we can just shave that down, put it over here. Anyway, you guys can see how this works. Pull the string line, and it's a lot easier to you know, you can do a lacer or whatever, but the string line you can check all those spots all at once. So now what he's gonna do is gonna move the string line the other way, and that's gonna give us a pretty good idea. I mean, I can see the hump right there, and the closer you get it to level, the easier it starts to tell where it's low, so or high. So I can see the hump right there, and just past it I can see the dip. So we're getting closer. We're not trying to get it absolutely perfect. We're gonna give ourselves about an inch variance. So I want it to be 6 inches thick, from 6 to 7. I don't want it 5, because we're gonna have 1/2 inch rebar on the surface, and then we're gonna have 3/4 inch rebar in the beams. We're gonna have 30-inch beams everywhere, perimeter and interior, and it's gonna have 3/4 inch rebar in there. So this is gonna be a pretty beefy slab, and like I said, I don't want it to be too thin. I want it to have quite a bit of mass to it. I just want a real strong slab. So anywhere from 6 to 7 inches thick, plus it's gonna have a lot of beams. It's gonna have, like I said, the perimeter plus 2 this way, 2 that way. What do you think, Jason?
We'll get it done.
We'll get it. All right, gonna keep working. All right, so I had a couple of spots here that were just way too wet. It felt like a sponge, so I dug it up. I had one here, one there, and one over there. So gonna dig it up. I'm gonna leave it open for about an hour or 2, let it dry out a little, and then I'm gonna replace it with dry fill dirt. The stuff that was in there was super wet. Remember, we had a lot of rain, so this is the stuff that I got out of there. It's super wet. Just like I said, dug it up. We're gonna replace it with dry stuff. We're gonna roll it again and make sure it's nice and packed down before we continue. All right, so we're back from lunch. This dried out pretty well. We took a pretty long lunch. But anyway, it dried up pretty good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put some dry dirt in there. We're gonna pack it down, and we're gonna give it the finishing touches, and then I'm gonna start trenching over here.
Tonight I'm feeling me, gonna make an ugly scene. Tonight I'm feeling